How you guys doing? My name is Montague Baltimore, and probably the only Montague Baltimore you'll probably ever know. I'm pretty sure I don't got any twins out there, but I'm hoping that this short blurb or summary of what I really want to look at trying to do this year, and hopefully everyone takes a role somehow, some way, is to find a way to encourage and inspire any and everybody, and I do mean any and everybody, to find someone, whether you're close with or maybe you just met, whether it's a homeless person on the street or whether it's somebody in your job or school or maybe somebody you've known from your past and you've made acquaintance with and you're trying to do your best and you want to encourage and inspire them to pursue their passion. One of the many things I look at today throughout my short time span of living is that a lot of times there's not a lot to encourage us. We have so much going on. We're like they say the McDonald's generation, to get it now, want it quick, and if we don't get it, we kind of move on to something else. There's not a lot of times people that or things out there that will help us pursue and have dedication and consistency in our pursuit. Uh, I can think back of one of the many things that has inspired me through my life. I had a warrant officer when I was in the military, Marine Corps, and Warrant Officer Johnson. Yeah, he said, "Pursue your passion," and it has stuck with me that I've known him for a good while, and he took his time to try to educate me and get me prepared for my job, and really pushed me to do my very best, and just inspired me and instilled a principle of trying to be a young man of integrity. And he really, really helped me really push myself. And I've always I want to teach now of all things. One point in time, I was younger. I didn't even really want to be around other kids. A little bit of background. Grew up in a broken home, pretty much. Seemed almost like your typical African American male. No father in my home. My mother wasn't very stable, so she wasn't there a lot of times, more than not. And I grew up with my grandmother and a slew of family members that were usually in a close vicinity that tried to help give this young, pleasant, great, well-behaved, always quiet little boy some guidance. If they probably talk to them, they probably say, not so much. But I grew up with a dislike for other kids because I looked at my own life and it was so unstable and just so in turmoil sometimes that I said, when I get older, I don't want that for my life. I don't want to have this for my life. And I had males in my life a lot of times that were trying to do their very best. I guess they thought, and maybe even I had sometimes, but I lived with my grandmother and they were just playing towards to be a role model, but they were not modeling the role of how a man should have responsibilities and treat those responsibilities and to be consistent. And a lot of times that's what I found out, that I had a dislike as I grew up uh, for life in general because life just wasn't consistent. Life always threw something at me that just made me feel like I was not enough. I remember one time I was in high school and I was in 10th grade. It was late after school and we had an after school activity. And I was like, all my friends, they have a walk. And I'm the only one who didn't have that walk. Whether it's, they call it some swag in your walk, some pep in your step, whatever it was, I didn't have that confidence in my walk. I was treading lightly, so to speak, trying to find out what it meant to be a young man and how it meant and what it looked like to walk like one. And for some, that may be something like, seriously? To walk? Come on now. Walking? That's easy. Anybody can do that. But a lot of things I was never taught, so I kind of figured it out on my own. And I felt like, this is how I was going to be. I'm going to have to do my own thing. And sometimes my own thing got me in a lot of trouble. A lot of people that have inspired me in my life, I ran track, and one of the guys I look back, Mr. Steve Prefontaine, He was a distance runner, and a lot of his life ended. I think very abruptly, and was cut short through some choices he made when he was in a car accident. Uh, but he was a great high school athlete. Had some issues there as far as his character goes and what he chose to portray to the outward public and how he represented himself. But in his kind of biography movie that it was done on him, segment, it showed how he kind of changed when someone inspired him, and how that change just brought a lot of people together from different facets of life, through college, through the associations with the Olympics. And even though that time was still early and being developed, he made a lot of changes and a great impact for the time period he was here. He was pursuing his passion. Even it doesn't matter what your passion is, though. Whether it's track, whether it's working out, whether it's trying to build shelters for kids, or I saw one segment on a young man in I think in Africa. He was dealing with radios out of spare parts, and doing everything good because he figured, you know what, we don't have any communication with the outside world unless we have these radios. So he's building radios out of spare parts, using what he had as resources at his disposal to do his very best at the job he had. So I'm hoping that this short, hopefully brief testimonial breaks through somebody and says, you know what, I have a dream to do something great that affects someone else. I think sometimes passion and dreams are so short-sighted because we want it to affect us. We're the human race and we deserve to have certain things, so we think. But we leave others in the dust. We leave others behind. One of the mottos I remember in the military is that in the Marine Corps, we don't leave anyone behind. Because you're only as strong or as fast as the person who's not that strong or that fast. And we have to build each other up and hold each other accountable. But also do that within love and be passionate even when you have those moments. I have so much to be thankful for. Different associations I've been a part of. The Bowie Tracksters, Suitland Boys and Girls Club, the football team was phenomenal. I'll give you guys a shout out. Not trying to put no affiliate out there, but or misrepresentation. But you guys are awesome. Princeton Elementary School, Martin Luther King Middle School, the PTAs, the staff members. Those people work their hearts out and they put into the kids, and they really try to edify a lot of times what it means to be passionate by doing a lot of things that I wouldn't even think that teachers even do. I mean, on their own accord with their own money, and funds when funds are short. Trying to make things happen even with limited time. But I'm very passionate about pursuing my passion. One day you're going to see another YouTube show, hopefully sooner or later, and I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a personal trainer. I'm going to be speaking to youth all across the world. That is my hope and my prayer and my goal. I'll leave you with this before I end. I'll make this too long. I wrote this to my son, and one of the things, I remember I had a job interview, and they said, asked me a question. What is one of the things that if you had to denote in your career that you'll be most proud of? And I said, you know what? I can have a lot of trophies, a lot of medals, a lot of accolades, certificates, whatever the case may be. But I'm a father, and I'm hoping that is and has been and will continue to be the highlight of my life. Because with a dad, I get to be Superman. I get to be Doctor, or in some cases, with your younger kids, Dr. McStuffins, the male version, mind you. I get to be, everything, Mr. Gymnastic, Strongman, Mr. Knowledge, Mr. Dictionary, everything encompassing that one title, Father. So that is the thing I'm most proud of in my life thus far. And my son, I told him one day, you inspire me, man. Every day is inspiration. I mean, I was running and I used to think of him being at the finish line, rooting me on. And when I wanted to give up, I would envision him coming to my side saying, Dad, you always said never quit. So you can't quit. And I'm not going to let you quit on me. So don't quit on yourself. You can do it. Push yourself. You always got more in you than you think you do. And there's never been a time that I can remember when I was running that I would stop because I would think of him being there at the end of the finish line or right beside me when I'm so close to giving up. And I want to just let it all go. And he's reminding me that I got more in me. So I'll leave you with this right here. I wrote this to him a little while ago. And hopefully you take it and run with it. And you be passionate about your pursuit. It says today is beyond just another day. It goes beyond wishing, beyond dreaming to be big or settling for too little. Today we are not old or too young to push with declaration toward our predestined birthright. Today I have accomplished the goal of knowing I exist. Whether others see my significance or count me as being worth acknowledgement, I will try to live with the view that beyond where I am, or indifferent that God formed the earth anticipating my arrival and longs for us to take steps, unleashing our purpose to boomerang the glory of our accomplishments back to Him where it all began. I leave that with you, and I hope you are more than just inspired. You are pumped up, and I mean ready to go and get it on in 2015 and beyond. And please remember, beyond your inspiration of encouraging yourself, my hope and prayer and I'm really pushing this is that you find and that you make it your effort, your push to inspire and encourage someone else, whether you think they need it or not, because the little bit of encouragement can push someone away from where they would not be living, and sometimes could be the case of life and death of a whole generation. And I leave that with you, and I'm hoping that you all pass this message around to anyone I may have missed, especially in my life and who's impacted my life, all those who know me. I thank you for being part of my life, because I would not be exactly where I am and trying to get to if it were not for your pursuing passion with me and help me pursue mine. You all take care and pass it on. Look for some more pretty soon, some more YouTube shows. We'll see what happens.